if there was a moment that inspired me to become involved with charitable work and the charitable work that we currently love to do. It's when I was in ground zero on 9/11 in the search and rescue. And I sat there on the rubble one night. I actually climbed some steel. It was just all covered with soot and all kinds of debris. And I was sitting up a little bit higher than most. And but it was just odd to sit there on this raw steel, all mangled and destroyed. And I remember sitting there feeling a little bit uncomfortable for the moment, but I just wanted to rest. It was somewhere in the middle of the night, I'm guessing around 4 in the morning, maybe 5 in the morning. And I'll never forget looking around at all the firefighters and first responders and EMS workers working nonstop, working diligently on the bucket brigade, but moving canisters of steel as fast as they could to move them away from the debris so that we could load more canisters of steel. And everywhere I looked, I saw fires burning. And I realized for the first time in my life, I was alongside not one, not two, not a dozen, but hundreds upon hundreds of heroes. And all of those memories will stay with me for my entire life. Following ground zero, when I returned home, I realized I wanted to help. I wanted to do more. And we began to help other charities. And we could never tell where the money was going. So we decided to start our own organization, and that was going to be called Building Homes for Heroes, as clear as it could be. That's what we wanted to do, build homes for heroes. And we realized it was in part, we did it because it was the most difficult thing to do. You could have chosen any category, and it would have been far, far easier than building a home. But this was most difficult. And I said, if watching those heroes on ground zero could do all that work for so many weeks and so many months, we could do this. The first thing that's needed is a clear mission and vision that guides every decision for Building Homes for Heroes or for any organization. And for us, that meant supporting wounded veterans, first responders, and their families. And today, we make sure that each receives specific resources and services necessary for their rehabilitation and well-being. Second would be, collaborative partnerships. These are so important. Collaborative partnerships with companies and individuals and families and communities and other sponsors. The help of our partners and sponsors ensures the dream of a customized, mortgage-free home come true, a dream come true. Third, you must have a passionate and committed team. That's absolutely necessary. Our team consistently builds a sense of connection and empowers our home recipients and their families in every decision and action we take. And we are diligent in that. We meet each and every week and we talk about the plan for the week. We talk from a leadership standpoint, from an action standpoint. What are we going to get done that week? And then we make sure we follow up at the end of the week. Fourth, we have to be transparent. I learned from the other charitable organizations we first supported, they weren't transparent. You have to be transparent about your donations. And Building Homes for Heroes has received a perfect 4-star charity rating from Charity Navigator for 7 consecutive years, 7 straight years, including a 100% rating in transparency and accountability. Finally, having an engaged community encourages donors and volunteers and partners to stay responsive in the evolving needs of those you serve. Oh, those are kind of the fundamental beliefs that we live by each and every day. And I think they're all part and parcel to running a successful charitable organization. And if I was to guide anyone young, I would share that with them and probably so much more. But I think that's a good sound really direction for others to follow. And I hope that's helpful to others out there.